Blue Collar Backcountry's 5 favorite backpack item tag. Yeah, baby, let's go.
Welcome to Blue Collar Backcountry, a channel about hiking, backpacking, gear reviews, and foolishness.
Hey y'all, my old buddy Daryl, 39 Camper, tagged me on that 5 item tag. It's just been hot, man. Everybody's doing it, ain't they? I think it's made the rounds throughout the whole community and more. And anyway, so I'm gonna run through mine real quick. And first off is gonna be what I've got on. This is my Gregory Z30 pack. And of all the packs I've got, and y'all seen my hiking room, if you've seen any of my old videos, I have no shortage of backpacks, but this is absolutely my favorite one. I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but I urge you to go look at this video I did in 2016. It's called Personalize Your Equipment Before It's Too Late. And I'm going to leave a tag down below, and if you're interested, go watch that, and you can see why this pack means so much to me. But it's a great pack, man. You can use it for a day pack. You can use it for an overnighter. I've done overnighters with it. And you can't get this anymore, but I guarantee you this is my favorite. I urge y'all to go check out that video and you can see why. Alright, now that you saw my number 1 favorite item, let's open up the old Gregory and see what else we got in here. Now, one of my most favorite items, and y'all probably seen these in some of my videos, and I've had a few comments on them. They're kind of wild looking, ain't they? I can't help it, man. I was a teenager back in the 70s, and it seems to fit. But that's my Dirty Girl Gators. Man, I love my Dirty Girl Gators. And these are a lifesaver, I'm going to tell you. Every time you take a step, if you ever notice, when you pick your foot up and it passes the shoe that's on the ground, you always pick up little twigs, little pieces of dirt, leaves, little grit, pebbles, whatever. And you wind up hiking in that stuff and it's miserable. You got to stop and empty your shoes out. These will stop that instantly. And your socks will stay clean. That's the main thing. Your socks are going to stay nice and clean throughout a few days, depending on how funky your feet are. But anyway, Dirty Girl Gators, man. I've got a couple of different pairs of them. That's my favorite, though. I love these wild looking things. Alright, what else we got in here? Alright, for all the electronic aficionados, my compass. I would rather use this compass and a map than the electronics any day of the week. It's just something really cool about being able to navigate on your own using your compass and a map. And there's been times I've been out there with no map, just nothing but my compass. But this is the Suunto M3. It's got the illuminated bezel, kind of lights up at night. Of course, it's liquid filled. It has the adjustable declination. If you don't know what declination is, I urge you to go find you a video on declination. That's really important stuff if you're out doing some long distance solo hikes, wilderness areas you're not familiar with. True north is what a map shows, but that's not magnetic north. Your compass always goes to magnetic north, and declination will tell you what degree, whether it's plus east, plus west, whatever, so you can set your compass so then you're not off course when you're going by your map. Big deal. But I love my compass, and I will always trust my compass more than I will those electronics. I'm not knocking electronics, but I'm going to tell you what, you need to get you some map skills and learn to read a compass, because that'll save your butt one of these days if you really get out in that wilderness area. Let's open this pack up a little bit. Now, I've said in some of my other videos, my lightest equipment's not always my favorite. And this past year, y'all probably saw my Totes ultralight cook system. Weighs like right at 4 ounces. That's nice, but that's not my favorite. My favorite is this one right here that I've kind of put together out of an Esbit kit. This Esbit pot kit you can get from, I guess you still can, from REI for like 25 bucks. We'll open this up and take a look at it. Now this cook kit, as it is, it weighs a little over 8 ounces, so it's twice as much as my Totes. But we're only talking 8 ounces. That's not a big weight saving, even though I did use the Totes a lot this past year. Anyway, this is a great set, man. And what I've done, and it was for a solid fuel tab stove is what it was. And what I've done, you see how I've got everything nested inside. The first thing I did when I got it was there was a tray in here for the little solid fuel tablet. I drilled that rivet out and I pulled that out. Now I can take that base, I can drop one of my homemade alcohol stoves in there, and I've got a great base for my pot to sit on. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of trouble, don't it? Okay, but here's the cool item. If I ever get out on a trail and I run out of alcohol, and I've done this, I can build a twig fire inside this base. I can feed it right here, and I can still boil water for my meals. Also, I took a peace tea can. Y'all ever drink peace tea? Oh man, that razzleberry peace tea is the best thing on earth. And I made a windscreen out of that peace tea can. You can actually lock it together, but I'm not going to go through all that mess just for demonstration. But anyway, it lasts so much longer than aluminum foil. If y'all have ever used aluminum foil for a windscreen, you know after a few times, aluminum actually starts to flake off a little bit, and you can get that in your water. This will eliminate that, and it's just as light as aluminum foil. So, also, out of an old Army Navy store mess kit, I took the plastic cup out, cut the handle off of it. So I've got my plastic cup. Your pot has a pour lid, and on the inside, you can see it's graduated up to 400 milliliters or 16 ounces. Which is plenty good for dehydrating your meals. Nice solid little lid. That's a solid pot too. It's anodized aluminum and it's very stout. The Tokes pot, believe it or not, it's pretty easy to crush one of those or bend it out of shape. This thing's been through the ringer, man, and it's still in perfect condition. So that's always been my favorite, even though I don't always use it these days. All right, number 5. Might be the last, but it's certainly not the least. This is one of my most favorite items right here. And I know a bunch of you already recognize that little black bag, don't you? The Costco quilt. And a good while back, they had these on sale. You buy one, get the second one for half off, I think it was. So I bought 2. The reason I bought 2 is I wanted my wife, being the quilter that she is, to make me a legitimate quilt out of this thing. And let's face it, the majority of our backpacking trips is going to be in the nicer weather. You know, I've got Enlightened equipment, Enigma, rated down to 10 degrees. So if I want to go out in really cold, that's what I'm going to use. But the majority of the times, we're not in that cold of a weather, are we? So this is my absolute favorite piece of equipment I've got. And what we did with that second one, we used that as we call it the sacrificial quilt. Michelle took and cut a 16-inch diameter circle out of our sacrificial quilt, and she used that to sew a 16-inch foot box in the end of my quilt. You notice she also took a piece of paracord and put a little hanging loop on it too, because you know everybody knows you don't store your down compressed, no matter what it is. If it's down, don't compress it and leave it that way. And these little Costco quilts takes forever to get their loft back to them once you get one, because they've been compressed for so long. I mean, it takes a long time to get the loft back in them. But once they do, they're pretty surprising. I'm very much a cold sleeper. And during the summer, spring and fall, this thing is great. For me, down to about 55 degrees at night. At past 55, I'll probably put on a little base layer or something like that. With the foot box that she's sewn in it, where she overlapped it, we didn't taper it. I like to have a little bit of room. But where it overlaps, she cut the section out where the overlap was when she stitched it together. And even though she sewed in a foot box, what she cut out got the weight down to 15 3/4 ounces. So it's still a little bit less than a 16 ounce when you normally get one. And I love this thing. I absolutely love it. All right, there you go. There's my 5 favorite items. And now it's time for me to tag 5 more. All right, here we go. Ready? First off, Texas HIKEaholics. And I gotta give a special shout out to them, man. I want to tell you what, Barbara and Craig are the nicest people. And bearing in mind everything that's going on with Michelle and the breast cancer and everything, we've had so many people ask. We appreciate all the comments and concern. But Texas HIKEaholics sent her a care package, man, that you just wouldn't believe. They sent this huge box full of every kind of snack that you can think of. A special little bracelet with an inscription for her, a gift card to go out to eat, just all kind of stuff. I mean, a box full of stuff. They really went out of their way, and Craig and Barbara, we really appreciate y'all. That was extremely nice for y'all to go that far out of your way for us. Anyway, Texas HIKEaholics, what's your 5 favorite backpack items? SNEAKAROONY. If y'all haven't seen SNEAKAROONY, I hope y'all will check out his channel. And I hope you'll support him. SNEAKAROONY, old Jonathan, what's your 5 favorite, buddy? Next going to be Smilin Don. He's another old Texas fella. And Smilin Don got some good trail cred now. Y'all need to check Smilin Don out. Kentucky Woodsman. Now, my good buddy Chris, he's not necessarily just a backpacker. He does a little bit of everything out in the woods. He does a lot of things underwater. So, Lord, there's no telling what kind of stuff Chris is going to come up with. Kentucky Woodsman, you're it, buddy. 5 favorite items. And last but not least, good old Hike with Mike. Mike's down there in Florida, and I know many of y'all already subscribed to him. If you're not, check old Mike's channel out. Mike, give us your favorite 5, buddy. All right, Daryl, 39 Camper, I appreciate you thinking about me on that tag, buddy. And I hope everybody enjoys this tag that's been going around. And one thing about all these favorite items, you got to get outside and use them, don't you? And the best thing for your inside is outside. Oh yeah, by the way, we've got grandkids over. I scared the crap out of my little grandson. So I've been banished from the house. See y'all later.